Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. And hey, it's December, it's the giving season, so remember, if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe if you have not. And December and January, usually our donations drop off, because of Christmas. It's understandable. But if you want to help us achieve our goal and help support the channel, we're looking to raise another $150 by the end of the month. And if you want to help be a part of that and help us out, together we can reach that goal. And I have links down below for PayPal and Ko-fi.com if you can do that. It's always very much appreciated. We love our supporters, of course. And we can make that happen together. You could also purchase one or more of my books, not just the ones you see on your screen, but I have more. And those are all at the link in the description as well. And that helps also. All right, so I've been making videos here about Cambodia for about over 6 years now. And I've covered about every topic I could think of. But, I still get new subscribers every month. And sometimes they have questions and, they're not going to dig through almost 800 videos just to get an answer to some of their questions. So every so often I like to take those, even though I've covered them before, and make sure that they can find it easier. And that's what this video is about. And it's going to be mainly about visas, questions I've received before, but I still receive from people who are just now discovering the channel or just now discovering that they might want to come to Cambodia. So I figured this would be a good way to answer some of those questions and help out the peeps, And the first question I still get is, do you need proof of onward travel to enter Cambodia? And the short answer is no. Cambodia does not require that you have proof of onward travel or a round-trip ticket or anything like that. However, that is up to the airline you choose to come here with. I've had people tell me that they were coming over here to retire. They're going to stay long-term. They got a one-way ticket. When they got to the airport in their airline, the airline told them they had to buy another ticket to show that they were traveling on from Cambodia before they would allow them to come here. That is not Cambodia's policy, though. Each airline is different in their rules and regulations for entering different countries. So the best thing to do before you purchase a ticket is to check with your airline and make sure that you do not need proof of onward travel if you're planning on coming over here long term and you only want to purchase like a one-way ticket or something. I used Qatar Airlines. It worked great. I didn't have an issue with any of that, but I've heard other people have with other airlines. So it is up to the airlines individually. But Cambodia's policy is that you do not need proof of onward travel to enter the country. So just something to keep in mind before you purchase your ticket. Contact that airline and see what their regulations are concerning traveling here to Cambodia. Another question people have is about the retirement visa extension. They want to know if you need proof of income or bank statements or a certain amount of money in your bank account before you can actually retire here. And again, the answer to that is no. And I understand why that gets confused, because some bordering countries in this area of the world do have financial requirements before you can retire long-term in those countries. But for Cambodia, the answer is no. If you want to retire here, when you get your initial visa, you can do that either online or on arrival. You don't have to get it beforehand. But you want to get the E-type visa. That's also called the ordinary visa. It's good for 30 days. After that time, go to any travel agency and you tell them you want your retirement extension. It's called the ER extension. And the requirement is you have to be 55 or older, and that's about it. And you'll sign a piece of paper stating that you promise to be good and not work as long as you're under this visa extension type. And that's it. There are no other financial things you need. You don't have to show proof that you're making so much money every month. You don't need so much money in a bank account or anything like that. As long as you're 55 or older, you will be good to go. And when it comes to the working visa, if you're coming over here to work, the requirements are a little different, and I did have somebody ask me about that. The initial visa is the same, either online beforehand or visa on arrival. You get the ordinary or E-type visa. Again, that is good for 30 days. After that, if you want to work, you will need a letter of employment from the place where you're working. And when you go to the travel agency to get your visa extension, you want the EB visa extension. You need to take your letter of employment along with your, of course, your passport and your initial ordinary visa that you got on arrival or online beforehand. And they will take it from there. It is a bit more of a process than like a retirement extension, but it's still pretty straightforward. And you can go to any travel agency here, and they will let you know exactly what you need. Like I said, if you have your letter of employment, you should be good to get the EB visa, but then with that extension, you do need a work permit before you can actually work. But the travel agencies will have all that information for you. The things you have to do to get your work permit, they're not hard or difficult. It's just more of a process is all. And a lot of times the place you're going to be employed at, they might help facilitate that for you. You'll still have to pay for it, of course, but they might be able to get you one, although a lot of places won't. You'll have to do it all. But they'll have knowledge about the things you need, and they'll have all the paperwork you need and everything to help you get that done. So you won't be left all alone. And if the place you're going to work for can't or won't help you for whatever reason, like I said, any travel agency will be able to answer all those questions about how to, once you get your EB extension, how to get your work permit all sorted out and all the rules around that and stuff like that. So yeah, not much has changed. And somebody did ask if Cambodia requires a health certificate. No, they do not. During the pandemic, when travel was limited, they did require that. They wanted proof that you didn't have COVID, COVID-free test. But now that's done. That's no longer an issue. To get into the country, you don't have to show proof of income. You don't have to show health certificate or anything like that. You can just, for most countries, you can just show up and get your visa right on arrival, right at the airport without an issue. But somebody else asked if they wanted to come over here on a tourist visa and check it out first. But if they liked it, they were planning on just getting a long-term visa from there and just not going back after their tourist visa was up, and they wanted to know if they can do that in country. And unfortunately, the answer again is no. On a tourist visa, it's good for 30 days. You can extend it one time and one time only for an additional 30 days to give you 2 months worth of time here. And then you can stay in the country if you want, but you do have to leave and come back in and start the process over to get an E-type visa. You can't change your tourist visa into an E-type long-term stay visa in country. Okay, but that's a matter of just doing a visa run, going to a bordering country, Vietnam or Thailand, crossing over at the checkpoint, and then turning around, walking right back in, going to the immigration office and say you would like an ordinary visa. And that will be the E-visa, and like I said, that will be good for 30 days, and then you can get your extension from there, whether it's EB if you want to work, EG if you're still looking for work, or ER extension if you're not going to work and you are going to retire. But yeah, if you're on a tourist visa, at some point you are going to have to leave the country if you want to stay longer than that 2 months. And if you want to change visa types for whatever reason, like if you have an EB visa extension for working and you want to retire, you can do that in country as long as you're 55 or older. However, if you're on the ER retirement visa extension and you decide you want to work, for some reason you can't change your visa extension type that way. EB to ER, yes, in country. ER to EB, no. You would then again have to leave the country, do a border run, come back in and start over with the initial ordinary visa. And then 30 days later, you would have to get your EB extension. I don't know why that is. Like EB to ER, you can do it in country, no hassle. But the other way around, you got to leave. I don't know why that is. But anyway, those are the questions I had, and I hope they helped everybody out. For those of you who asked. And be sure to check out all my links down below. Like I said, I have PayPal and Ko-fi.com if you want to help support the channel. There are other channels in this part of the world that are making some incredible videos, and I have a list of those down below. And you can also check out my other channel, Horror Reads, at the link in the description. And I got other stuff down there, including links to free books and free stories and all kinds of stuff. So check out what I got in the description. And from Siem Reap, Cambodia, I will talk to you guys in the next one.